So we are starting with phrases. This is in your test 4 syllabus for October. Okay. Now, what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words that convey some sense but not complete sense. Okay. So, for example, a sentence. When a sentence is there, it gives complete sense. When we read it, we get complete information about a particular thing. But that is not the case with a phrase. Phrase is a group of words that convey some sense. That is very important, not complete sense. You can see, not complete sense. But because it does not have a subject or a verb, because it is not having subject and a verb, so it can't give us a complete sense. So partial sense is provided. For example, the red car stopped. So over here, the red car is a phrase and stopped over here is a verb. This completes our sentence. So now if you see the red car, which is phrase in this sentence, over here you will find if we just say the red car, it won't give us a complete sense. It will be incomplete. We know that the person is talking about some red car, but what red car, what is it doing? We just don't know anything, right? So all these phrases, they give us partial meaning. For example, I ate a delicious cake. So now a delicious cake. Again, it is a phrase. But if you see, a delicious cake is not giving us complete sense that what happened to the delicious cake, what are we talking about? We don't know completely, right? Then the world is a beautiful place. So a beautiful place again is a phrase. Mount Everest is the highest peak. The highest peak present over here is again a phrase. So again, you will see in all the examples, whether it is the red car, a delicious cake, a beautiful place, the highest peak, all these phrases, they are giving some meaning, but not total meaning about a particular thing, right? So these are called phrases. Now we will see how many types of phrases are there. So first of all, we are going to start with noun phrase. When a phrase plays the role of a noun, it is called a noun phrase. So basically, when a group of words, they are called phrase. So when a group of words start playing the role of a noun, the role that a noun plays, they are called a noun phrase. Okay, now we will find out how they are playing the role of a noun. For example, the stolen watch was recovered. Now, in this case, you will find that the stolen watch over here becomes the noun. Why? Watch is the noun. Stolen alone will be a, basically you can say steal is a verb, right? Stole is the second form of verb. Stolen is the third form of verb. So in a way, you can say that stolen is the third form of the verb steal. But if you see in this sentence over here, stolen can also be called as an adjective. Why? Because if we say it is telling us about the watch, what kind of watch? Stolen watch. So over here, stolen can also be called as an adjective. Then if we take this whole phrase, the stolen watch, so we come to know that we are talking about a particular thing, about a particular watch we are talking about. So the stolen watch as a whole becomes a noun because it is defining a particular thing, that is the stolen watch was recovered. What was recovered? To answer the question what was recovered, the answer will be the stolen watch. So the stolen watch over here will become the noun, right? So this phrase, the noun phrase, that is the stolen watch, is acting as a noun in this sentence, right? Now let's see the second example. I drank a glass of milk. So now in this case also, if you see, glass is also noun, milk is also noun. So what did you drink? The question will be, what did you drink? So you are going to say, I drank a glass of milk. So a glass of milk in total will become a noun, right? Because to answer the question, what did you drink? You are going to answer, I drank a glass of milk. To answer the question, what was recovered, you are going to answer, the stolen watch was recovered. So the stolen watch will become a noun. A glass of milk is going to become a noun. So when a phrase plays the role of a noun, it is called a noun phrase. Now we are going to see in how many ways, in what forms can a noun phrase take. So it can be a noun or pronoun. So even a single word, a noun or a pronoun, can be called a noun phrase. Okay. For example, he wore a turban. So only the word he can also be called a noun phrase. Or people stood in a queue. So over here, people alone can also be called a noun phrase. So a single word that is a noun or a pronoun, they can also be called a noun phrase, because the purpose of a noun phrase is what? The purpose of a noun phrase is to act as a noun in a sentence. So over here, he or people, they are acting as a noun. They are performing the functions of a noun. So he and people in these sentences, they can also be called as noun phrases. Okay. Now we move on to see the other forms. Now, a demonstrative adjective or an article and a noun. So now the other form that a noun phrase can take, it can be used with a demonstrative adjective or an article followed by a noun. For example, in this case, you will find that an article is inserted and then a noun is there. Then in this case, in the second example, you will find those, which is a demonstrative adjective that is present, and after that, again, a noun is present. So this is the second way in which noun phrases can come. So the boy over here will become the noun phrase. So now when we insert the before the boy, it becomes a particular boy. So we know that we are talking about a particular boy. The boy broke a window pane. Then again, if you want to demonstrate at someone, you can say, those boys are very naughty. So over here again, those boys as a whole will form a noun phrase. The boy as a whole will form a noun phrase. Because the boy is acting as a noun, those boys are very naughty is again acting as a noun. Because to answer the question, who are very naughty, we are going to say, those boys are very naughty. Who broke the window pane? The boy. So that boy. So in all these cases, when we want to answer the question what, who, so the boy, those boys will be our answers. So they will be called noun phrases. Okay. Then the third form that a noun phrase can take, an article and a combination of different kinds of adjectives followed by a noun. So now you can see it can be very long also, a noun phrase. For example, mother bought a loaf of nice fresh brown bread, right? So now in this case, what you are saying? To answer the question, what did mother buy? We are going to say she bought a loaf of nice fresh brown bread. So everything that is coming over here is acting as a noun because it is answering what did mother buy, right? So obviously she is going to buy a particular thing, and a thing is a noun, right? So everything that is coming after bought will be considered to be a noun. Mother bought a loaf of nice fresh brown bread. Okay. Now, in this case, you can also see that this phrase is acting as an object in this sentence because mother is present as a subject, bought is acting as a verb, and a loaf of nice fresh brown bread is acting as object in this sentence. And you are also seeing that in this sentence, you have bread, that is noun. You have fresh brown, these are adjectives because these are describing how the bread is. Nice is also an adjective. So three adjectives are present: nice, fresh, brown bread. But as a whole, it is acting as a noun because it is answering what did mother buy. So the answer is mother bought a loaf of nice, fresh brown bread. So as a whole, it is acting as a noun. This whole part is acting as a noun. All right. Now, that lovely, attractive lady is my teacher. So now in this case, another important thing can be seen is now in this case, it is acting as a subject. In the previous example, you saw that the noun phrase was acting as an object. In this case, it is present as the subject, then verb, helping verb is there, then it is followed by my teacher. So now that lovely, basically lady over here is the noun present in this sentence, right? The noun is lady. And attractive and lovely, these are adjectives that are present, right? That is also a demonstrative adjective. But as a whole, the whole thing, that lovely, attractive lady is acting as a noun in this sentence because who is your teacher? The reply will be that lovely, attractive lady is my teacher. So you are understanding. So this phrase also over here is working as a noun because it is answering us the question, who is your teacher? Right. Now, he is my younger brother. So now in this case, again, he is younger. Younger, what is younger? It is an adjective. My is possessive adjective, my younger brother. But my younger brother as a whole is acting as a noun. Because who is he? Your reply will be, he is my younger brother. So to answer the question who, your answer is he is my younger brother. So my younger brother as a whole is acting as a noun. I hope the doubts are clear, whatever I am teaching. Okay. After going through the concepts, I am going to take your doubts. So don't worry. If you have some doubts, we will go through them. Now we will see what is an adjective phrase. A phrase that modifies a noun or a pronoun is called an adjective phrase. So you can see the usage is totally same. A noun phrase acts as a noun. What is the role of an adjective? An adjective modifies a noun or a pronoun. So adjective phrase also modifies a noun or a pronoun. So their work is totally same. For example, the boy was wearing a dark brown suit. So over here, a dark brown becomes our adjective phrase. Why? Because over here, it is describing the noun suit over here, right? The noun suit is being described by a dark brown adjective. That is the adjective phrase over here. So you can see if we add the suit also, if we say a dark brown suit, it would become a noun phrase. Can you understand the difference? If we take it as a whole, a dark brown suit as a whole, it will be called a noun phrase. Why? Because it will answer to the question, what was the boy wearing? So the answer would have been the boy was wearing a dark brown suit. So a dark brown suit in total would become a noun phrase, and a dark brown alone will become an adjective phrase because it will describe the noun suit in this case. So now we come to the next example. The lady in the pink sari is my mother. So now we are here in the pink sari. What is it doing? It is describing the lady. Which lady? So we will say the lady in the pink sari. So in the pink sari, the phrase over here is basically describing the noun, the lady present over here, right? So this will become an adjective phrase. because this whole phrase in the pink sari is describing that lady. Understood? And the lady that is present in the beginning, the lady will become a noun phrase, right? The lady will become a noun phrase. In the pink sari will become adjective phrase. Now we come to the next part. It comes now another form of adjective phrase. Adjective phrase consists of an adjective with modifiers such as adverbs, possessives, or demonstrative. For example, it was a very difficult climb. So see, very difficult over here becomes adjective phrase. Why? Because it is describing the climb, right? How difficult? It was very difficult. So basically, very difficult is adjective, and you can see very is an adverb, right? So we can use adverbs, possessives, or demonstratives with adjectives to create adjective phrases. Now, the cake looks very tempting. So over here again, the cakes look what? It looks tempting. So tempting over here is an adjective. And very over here is again an adverb, you know, it is adverb of degree, very. So very tempting as a whole, it starts acting as adjective phrase. Why? Because it is answering the question, how does the cake look, right? Cake is a noun and very tempting is describing the look of the cake. And this is the work of an adjective. The work of an adjective is to describe a noun. So over here, very tempting is describing the look of the cake. So very tempting as a whole becomes an adjective phrase, right? All right. Now, the cute little puppy entertained us. So what is happening in this sentence? The cute little is the phrase that is describing the puppy. Puppy over here is a noun, right? And what the cute little is doing? It is describing the puppy. That is, the puppy was little, it was cute. So again, this is the use of an adjective because it is describing a noun, puppy, that the puppy was cute and little. Now, if you see, if we include puppy also in this phrase, if we add and make the phrase the cute little puppy, then it would become a noun phrase. So I am making you understand the difference. The cute little puppy as a whole will become a noun phrase, and the cute little alone will become adjective phrase because it will answer two different questions. If we say the cute little puppy, then it is answering the question, who entertained us, right? So we are going to say the cute little puppy entertained us. So in this case, the cute little puppy will start acting as a noun. But if we only consider the cute little, then it will describe about how the puppy was, right? So it is answering two totally different questions, right? A noun phrase is answering who entertained us, and adjective phrase is answering how the puppy was. So if the question is how the puppy was, answer is it was cute and little. So the cute little will become adjective phrase. If the question is who entertained us, the answer will be the cute little puppy. So the cute little puppy will become a noun phrase. All right. Now we come to the verb phrase. This is the easiest of all the phrases. Okay. Because in verb phrases, we only take the helping verb and the main verb. You have studied a lot of tenses, subject verb agreement. So you will very easily recognize it. This one is the easiest of all. For example, he is writing a letter. So is writing is a verb phrase because writing is the main verb over here and it is the helping verb. Everybody has played, had played. So this is the basically past perfect tense, right? Had played will become the verb phrase over here. The car had been stolen. So now it is in the past perfect again, and the sentence is in passive voice because had been has been used. So the usage of the word been is showing that the sentence is in passive voice. So had been stolen over here will become the verb phrase. Now he has completed the task. So has completed is the present perfect form of tense, right? So has completed over here will become the verb phrase. So you can easily see that the correct form of the tense is the verb phrase over here in all these sentences. They will come soon. So will come is the basic, you can say, simple future tense, right? So will come over here will become the verb phrase. Then they must be watching television. So must be watching over here again becomes the verb phrase. And must is basically a modal that is using be verb with it, and watching is coming. So must be watching is basically, you can say, it is present continuous form of tense, right? They must be watching television. Okay. So I hope this one is the easiest. There won't be any problem in recognizing verb phrases. Now we come to the last form, that are adverb phrases. So what are adverb phrases? Again, a phrase that plays the role of an adverb is called an adverb phrase. So the use is again very simple. Any phrase that is performing the role of an adverb, it can easily be called an adverb phrase. We will see with the help of example. He slept like a baby. So over here, this phrase like a baby, what is it doing? It is telling us the manner in which he slept, right? Slept is verb, he slept, and like a baby is telling us the manner in which he slept. He slept like a baby. So like a baby over here is telling the action, that how this action was performed. So like a baby over here is actually acting like adverb of manner over here. If you think about it deeply, you will find that like a baby over here is acting like adverb of manner over here, because it is answering the question how he slept, the manner in which he slept. Slept is verb, and like a baby is telling us the manner in which he slept, which is like a baby. Now, we come to the next example. You could park your car under the tree. So I have written prepositional phrase somewhere. So wherever you will find prepositions used in the phrase, they are also called prepositional phrase. So the same phrase can be an adverb phrase also. It can also be a prepositional phrase also. For example, in the last one also, I have written prepositional phrase because between has been used, which is again a preposition. Okay, I will come to that later. Basically, I'm going to take a separate class on prepositional phrases. So there we will see it in detail. So don't get confused about it, right? So in this sentence, you could park your car under the tree. So in this case, what is happening? Under the tree is telling us about the place where you could park your car, right? So park over here is the verb, and where you will park, under the tree. So under the tree over here, what is it doing? It is acting as adverb of place, right? Because the action of parking the car, where is it is going to happen? It is going to happen under the tree. So under the tree over here is acting as adverb of place, right? So this is an adverb phrase. And it is also a prepositional phrase because a preposition has been used in the phrase. Okay. Now, she walked very quickly. So how she walked? The answer is very quickly. So very quickly becomes an adverb phrase. Okay, because very quickly over here is acting as adverb of manner, right? Because it is answering the question how she walked. She walked very quickly. Now, she made lunch really fast. So again, really fast is again adverb of manner in this case. This phrase is acting as adverb of manner. Really fast. Now, the cat slept between the pillows. So now, if you see between the pillows, this is telling us about the place where the cat slept. Slept over here is again the verb. And where the cat slept, it slept between the pillows, which is telling the place of the action. So it is acting as adverb of place. Adverb of place. The phrase between the pillows is acting as adverb of place. So I think this was all. You have studied noun phrase, you have studied adjective phrase. We have also covered the verb and adverb phrases. So these 4 types of phrases have been covered. Yes, now we will come to the exercises. So first of all, if you have some doubts, we can go through them. Then we are going to start. Yes, Neha.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning.
Sir, I want to ask sir that in noun phrase, sir,
Yes.
there was a sentence, I drank a glass of milk,
Yes.
and one more, he wore a turban.
Yes.
Sir, in I drank a glass of milk, in this the phrase was a glass of milk,
Yes.
and sir, I was the subject and
Yes.
drank was the verb. Sir, but the same sentence was like he is the subject,
Yes.
wore verb, and a turban should be the
Yes.
phrase. Sir, but in this sentence, he is the phrase.
Actually, I have not marked all the phrases in all the sentences. Okay. Because I wanted to show you the different forms a phrase can take. Okay. So don't get confused. Let me mark them. Wait. Over here, if you are saying a turban should be a phrase, and you are absolutely correct. A turban over here is a phrase. Okay. If you see in I drank a glass of milk, I can also be a phrase. Okay. Because I have told you a noun alone and a pronoun alone can also be called a phrase, a noun phrase, right? So I over here will also be a phrase. I am just showing you that it can come as a glass of milk at the end of the sentence, acting as a predicate, as an object. It can also come in the beginning as a subject. Okay, so I was just showing you the different forms a phrase can take. So in the second sentence, I can also be what? It is a noun phrase. I is a noun phrase over here. He in this sentence, he wore a turban. He is a noun phrase. Understanding? People
Yes.
over here, people is a noun phrase. Okay, got
And
it?
sir, this people
Yes.
stood in a queue. Sir, in a queue is prepositional phrase.
Yes, stood in a queue over here is a prepositional phrase, and it is also adverb phrase. Why? Because it is answering the question where people stood. Stood over here is the verb, right?
Yes, sir.
So to answer where the people stood, it is they stood in a queue. So it can become adverb of place. And because in is present over there, which is a preposition, so it is also a prepositional. So in a particular sentence, there can be more than one phrase, right?
Okay,
Because,
sir.
but I just started teaching you, so I did not want to make things complicated for you all. That I highlighted everything as a phrase, then you all would have gone, what is happening? Everything is a phrase in this sentence, right? So first, I tried to explain you the different kinds in different sentences. Now you yourself can see that you are easily able to recognize that in a particular sentence, different kinds of phrases are present, right? So
Yes, sir.
I only highlighted people. That was the noun phrase. But you only could easily recognize now after studying that in a queue is also a phrase. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you,
Good.
sir.
Good that you recognize. It means that you have understood what I said. Okay. So anyone else? Yes. Amy.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I want to ask, sir, it was there the stolen watch. So, sir, it will be noun phrase or adjective phrase?
It will be see. Let me go back. See, the stolen watch. If you only included the stolen, it would become adjective phrase. Why? Because then it would answer to the question which watch, right? It will start describing the watch. Understanding, Angel? You
Yes,
have to break in parts and see it. If you only talk about the stolen, then it will start describing the watch, so it will become adjective phrase. But if you include the noun also, it will become the stolen watch. Then it will start answering to the question what was recovered, and then it will become a noun, the stolen watch was recovered. That is why I was telling you, in many of these sentences, if you remove the noun part, it will become what you can say adjective phrase. Okay. For example, let me go back to the adjective phrases. There you will see a lot of examples like that. Over here, that lovely, attractive lady is my teacher, right? So now in this case, basically, if you see that lovely, attractive, this part is the adjective phrase, right? And if you include lady also in it, I have by mistake highlighted lady also. If you include lady also, then it will become a noun phrase,
yes.
because then it will start answering to the question, who is your teacher? Then the answer will be, that lovely attractive lady is my teacher. So it will become a noun phrase. But if you only include this much, that lovely attractive, so it will answer to the question, it will give details about the noun, that is the lady present, right? So that attractive, that lovely attractive will start playing the role of an adjective. And if you take it as a whole, then it will start playing the role of a noun. So this is the minute difference that is present, right? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Now, in this case also, in the last sentence, if you see, he is my younger brother. So my younger brother, again, my younger over here is acting as what? It is basically my younger brother over here is telling us the answer about this he. Who is he? My younger brother. So it is again describing about this pronoun he that is present. So it is acting as an adjective phrase over here. If you see this sentence, I am going to show you different cases that are being created. Those boys are very naughty. So over here, very naughty. What is this very naughty doing? It is describing those boys, right? Those boys, if you consider, it is describing very naughty. They are very naughty. So very naughty is also acting as an adjective, describing the boys, right? So over here, you can see very naughty can also become an adjective phrase. So I have not highlighted everything, right? So you can see that you will find many such phrases present in the sentence, which I have not even highlighted. The boy broke a what? The boy broke a window pane. So a window pane will become a noun phrase, isn't it, Angel? Yes, a window pane. The boy broke, because it will answer the question, what did the boy broke? The boy broke a window pane. So a window pane is going to become a noun phrase. All right. Any other doubts? Any other questions that are required to be addressed?